Well students, this is the next video for the chapter How Do Organisms Reproduce. In this part I am going to discuss about reproduction in human being. Now this topic is a bit lengthy, so for convenience I have subdivided the topics into 5 parts. The first video is about the introductory part of the structure of the human reproductive system, where we will just learn about the primary and secondary sex organs in male and female, the primary and secondary sexual characters in male and female, and the very common characteristics of the changes that occur in the puberty. And the second part of the video will be about the male reproductive system, its structure and function, along with the structure of the sperm. The third video will be about the female reproductive system, its structure and function. Even you will study here about menopause and menarche, and you will also study about the menstrual cycle. The fourth video will be about fertilization, gestation and parturition. And finally the fifth topic, the last but not the least, that is the reproductive health and family planning. So along with that you will study about the sexually transmitted disease in this part. So I am beginning the first part of the video today, that is the reproduction in human beings, the introductory part. So let's start. Reproduction in human beings. So human beings are unisexual. That means the sexes are separate. That is, there is a distinct sexual dimorphism of male and female. That means you can easily identify and understand who is a male and who is a female by just viewing from the external features, or you can understand by the structural differences. Now the male and female both constitute their own reproductive system, and the male reproductive and female reproductive system consist of various organs, and that can be distinguished into primary and secondary sex organs. Now let's discuss about the primary reproductive organs. Now what are the features of these primary reproductive organs in male and female? Now these reproductive organs are the main organs for sexual reproduction that produce gametes and sex hormone as well. Like testes and ovary are the primary sex organs of the males and females respectively. Their maturity and functioning is under gonadotrophic hormones of the pituitary gland. So these are the few important general properties or features of the primary sex organs or primary reproductive organs. Next, look into the secondary reproductive organs. These organs assist or help in sexual reproduction. Now these organs, they transport gametes from the body of the organism to outside. There may be ducts like vas deferens, vagina, uterus. These are ducts, and there may be accessory glands like in the male seminal vesicles, prostate gland, Cowper's gland, and the secondary sex organs. Their functions are controlled by sex hormones secreted by testes and ovary. So as I mentioned here that the testes are the male reproductive organs or the gonads from where the gamete, that is the sperms, are produced, and as well as the male hormone testosterone is also produced from these testes. While the female gonad are the ovaries, they are also a pair. They produce female gametes that are the ova, and the female hormone as well, that are the estrogen and progesterone. While the secondary sex organs both in male and female include the genital ducts and glands, which help in transportation of gametes and the reproductive process. Here we have to learn about the primary and secondary sexual characters. Primary sexual characters are those characters which are present since birth, while the secondary sexual characters are those characters that develop at the puberty. Now the question comes, what is puberty? Puberty is the age at which reproductive organs become functional. That is, the gonads start producing gametes and as well as sex hormones, and the boys and girls become sexually mature. So this is called puberty. Generally, boys attain puberty at the age of 13 to 14 years, while the girls reach puberty at the age of 10 to 12 years. So you can see the girls attain puberty in an early age than compared to the boys. Now, what happens during the onset of puberty? In the boys, puberty is induced by the secretion of the hormone testosterone, which is secreted from the testes. And the hormone brings about the development of the secondary sexual characters and maintains them the whole life, like the development of the muscles in the male, masculine features, appearance of beard and mustache or body hair throughout, pubic hair development. So these are the onset of the secondary sexual characters. In girls, puberty is induced by the hormone estrogen and progesterone. These hormones bring about maturation and development of secondary sexual character in the girls as well, and the women who can bear children. Now, sexual maturity is a very slow process. These changes take place at puberty very slowly, and it may take even months to years. And these changes do not happen all at a same time in one person, nor do they happen at an exact age in all the persons. That means in some they may happen early and quickly, while in others they may happen very slowly. Like thick hair on the face in boys may appear as a few scattered hair at first, and slowly the growth begin to become uniform. Also, these changes show differences among people. Even there are differences in the pattern of the hair growth as well as the shape and size of the genital organ. Now, what are the reasons for the sexual maturation at this age? There are two main reasons for the sexual maturation at the age, that is at the puberty. First is the specialized function, and second is the body growth versus reproductive tissue. Now let's discuss what does it mean. Specialized function. All the multicellular organisms need specialized cell type to carry out specialized functions. For example, in plants, they have developed different types of cells and tissues for sexual reproduction. Just you have learned in the previous video about the sexual reproduction in flowering plant. Likewise, humans are also developed specialized germ cells for the purpose of sexual reproduction. The second point, that is the body growth versus reproductive tissue. As a matter of fact, various resources are required for the general body growth before the sexual maturation can be attained by the person. When an individual is reaching adulthood, the rate of general body growth begins to slow down, and the resources are shifted for initiating the maturation of reproductive tissues. This period during adolescence is called puberty, that I just mentioned few minutes ago. Now we'll just look into how do all the changes link to reproductive process. So various changes that link to reproductive process involve transfer of germ cells and requirement of special organs. Now, the transfer of germ cell during sexual mode of reproduction, here the male and the female germ cell need to be brought together for fusion, and it can only happen by either of the two methods. The first method is the external fertilization, where the release of the germ cell take place outside the body of the individuals, as in the case of frogs or amphibians and fishes. And in case of the internal fertilization, the physical contact between the two individuals are required, where the fusion of gamete takes place inside the body of the female partner. Now, what is the requirement of the special organs? The organs for the actual transfer of germ cells, that are the sperm, into the body of the female individual, an erectile organ called penis in the male, while the organ which can carry the baby inside the body is called the uterus, and the organ to feed the young ones after the birth is the mammary gland, which are the breast. So here you will learn about what are the changes that take place during puberty in both boys and girls. So changes in the boys. Here I am going to discuss a few changes in the boys. First is the hair growth on the face, chest, armpit, pubic region, legs and arms. Now the body become more muscular and shoulder become broadened. Larynx enlargement takes place, that is the Adam's apple, and voice deepens. While in the girls, the breast development takes place, voice becomes shrill or sweet. There, the fallopian tube, the vagina, and the uterus get enlarged, and the menstrual cycle get initiated. So these are the few changes that take place during the puberty in boys and girls. So students, it was all about the sexual reproduction in human being, the introductory part. In the next video, I am going to discuss about the male reproductive system, its structure and function, along with the structure of the sperm. If you have found the content interesting and useful for your curriculum, please do share it with your friends and don't forget to press the like button. If you have not yet subscribed my channel, please do it now. Thanks for watching.